go by.
As soon that comes into your mind when you realize you see that white flag, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Hey, let's just calm down here, bud. We can make it to the end together."
Take 5 to 10% off there, would you? Car number 76 in the victory area. The lap now is Bobby Electric. Joe Rader Trucking. Sponsor 76. How about it for Travis Volm? Travis Volm and Nick Egan advance into today's Icebreaker 100. One qualifier down, one more to go. Of course, everybody who doesn't make it through these first two races will run a last chance race coming up later on. Here's qualifier number 2. Again, top 2 advance out of this one. Randy Sargent will roll for the pole in 11. His outside in this one. Car number 2, that is Jordan Thiel. Row 2 to the inside. Bobby Kendall in the black 11 car. His outside, the red and black number 7 out of West Bend, Wisconsin. That's Big Mitch Haver. Third row down a little Race Hayes of the 02 from Wausau. His outside, the 72 of J.J. Vanderloop, as we'll warm him up. Rejoin in row 4, the black number 7. Joseph Scholze, the 58, will start in the 8th position, and rounding out the field to be Lou Goss in 36. We'll warm him up. Pat Barrett will woe him down at the starter's stand. We'll get him ready to go. So again, the lineup in rapid order. Randy Sargent, the black and white 11 on the pole with Jordan Thiel, the 2 to his outside. The all-black 11 of Bobby Kendall to the inside in row number 2, starting in the 3rd position. His outside, Mitch Haver, the 7. Third row, the cherry red 02, Race Hayes. 72, J.J. Vanderloop starts 6. There's the one-lap signal from Pat Barrett, the veteran starter. Many years, many races up there in the starter's stand, patrolling the races in central Wisconsin. Ridge Oin at the 7, Joseph Scholze, the 58, the 4th row, Lou Goss out back in 36. 9 cars, 10 laps, top 2 to the Icebreaker this afternoon. Sargent and Thiel out of turn 4, green flag, and we're racing. Sargent with the whole shot into 1. He'll try and take it and keep it. Jordan Thiel wandering out of 2. Opens the door for Bobby Kendall in the other 11 car to the inside. Haver keeping up in the 7 and 4. There's nowhere to go right now. Hayes trying to get his foot in the door on the bottom, too. They bumper car a little off the bottom. Thiel slides into 2nd. Now Kendall and Haver will go side by side for 3rd out of turn 3 and 4. Randy Sargent and Jordan Thiel, your top 2 early. Mitch Haver in the 2nd groove making a little hay. Nosing ahead of Kendall, but he's got to do it quick. Vanderloop hanging up high, a little uneasy outside of the top 5 as well. For 3rd, still side by side as they go to 1 with Kendall and Haver rooting and gouging. Here comes Race Hayes in the 02. Want to position yourself, too, if you can't make it through this one, to try and make it through the next race. Haver into 3rd. Got plenty of time. 6 laps to try and get to Jordan Thiel for the transfer spot. Vanderloop and Oin play bumper cars out of 2. They straighten up. Ahead of them, Hayes wants 4th on the bumper of Bobby Kendall out of turn 4. 5 up, 5 to go. We're halfway through. Top, 5 starting to get close. Thiel inching up to Sargent. Thiel sees his rear view mirror getting clouded up a little bit too with Haver and company. Hayes working on Kendall. That'll distract them. Top 3 will get away, and it's ultimately up to Haver to catch the top 2. Sargent the 11, Thiel the 2. They're closing 1st and 2nd with 3 to go. Haver's close. He'll need a mistake to get to Thiel, and not one of his own making. 2 laps to go. Car is pretty good, though. That's 7 of Mitch Haver. White flag coming, going to be 1 lap to go. Sargent looks good. The question is, can Thiel hang on to that 2nd spot? Surrender flag, 1 to go. Up high goes Sargent. Thiel closes in for the lead. Here comes Jordan Thiel. Sargent settles back in on the bottom and gets away. Now Haver onto the trunk of the 2 of Thiel. 3 cars, 2 spots. They'll stay that way. Sargent wins. Outside looking in 5th, Race Hayes in 02. Bobby Kendall 4th in the 11. just missing. Mitch Haver third in the 7. Runner-up and advancing to the dance today, car number 2 out of Appleton, Jordan Thiel. And your winner of the second qualifying heat race for the Icebreaker 100 Super Late Models today is that black and white 11 car out of South Beloit, Illinois. The XL Contracting, Boundaries Bar and Grill, TS Heating and Cooling, Willwood Brakes, Hair by Schmall, number 11. How about a nice hand for Randy Sargent? Randy Sargent looking good. He'll run the 100-lap race coming up here later on today. Gonna go trucking coming up here momentarily. The Midwest Truck Series ready to go with heat racing events for your viewing pleasure here today. Line is short at the main concessionary. If you need something to eat, come on down. Bring me up something. No, you don't got to. Anything you want, they've got. High quality racetrack dining here at Dells Raceway Park. All your food, all your drinks, beer stand. Spike's been mentioning all the new stuff and all the good stuff, the reliable stuff that's guaranteed. Miller and Budweiser products. Spotted Cow, is that right? Wow. Bringing one of my exports up from South. All right, time to go trucking here. Midwest Truck Series Heat Race number 1. These heats split up among all the trucks on hand, for 32 of them in the house. We will have a last chance race later for the trucks. All right, we're going to warm them up, get the trucks heated up before we turn them loose for their first of 3 heats. Line them up with Wyatt Kreis out of Randolph on the pole in the red number 2. To his outside, the 5-star from Arkdale, Nick Quinnell. Row 2, Ann Green, the teenager from Eliva in 24. There's a 1-lap signal from Alex Gilhart. Outside of row number 2, Austin Werner, the 14-year-old out of Georgia in 22. Third row, it is Russ Blakely in that multicolored 22 with Jerry Wood in third row, 73. Fourth row, Kevin Zielazinski, the 38. 85, the rookie Cole Kurth from the Rapids. The 17, Eric Wise. The 49, Ryan Manthe. We are green. A little staggered at the back. They figure it out. Wyatt Kreis to the early lead on Quinnell. Oh, they're shucking and jiving out of 2. Russ Blakely makes the best of that. He wants 4th. He and Jerry Wood will razzle. Blakely to 4th, Werner in 3rd in the 22, the blue number 22. That yellow number 22 is Blakely. Wood settles to 5th, Quinnell in 2nd, Wyatt Kreis your leader. Here's Blakely taking a peek to the inside for 3rd on the kid Werner. Fender to fender for 3rd, Kreis running a good race out front. These are 8-lap heats. We'll be halfway next time by. Russ Blakely noses into 3rd. Slides it ahead of Werner's black, blue, and white 22. Nice. Here's Jerry Wood. Russ trying to get to Quinnell in the 5. Jerry Wood side by side and now nosing into 4th in the 73. 2 laps to go for Wyatt Kreis. Blakely looking to the outside. He'll take the stairway to turn 2. Side by side. Blakely nosing into 2nd, 1 to go. Russ Blakely into 2nd, making a charge. Started 5th. Checkered flag in the air for Wyatt Kreis in car number 2. Wood wants 3rd. He'll come up short. Jerry Wood took a shot at third. He'll settle for fourth behind the 5 of Nick Quiddell. Kevin Zielazinski from near the back to fifth in the 38. Russ Blakely makes the charge through to second spot in truck 22. And your winner, the first of 3 QA1 heat races for the Midwest Truck Series, the Bank of Sun Prairie, sponsored too, along with some other sponsors. I'm going to be honest with you, I did a bad job. I didn't write them all down. That's Eric's fault. Number 2, out of Randolph, Wisconsin. How about it for Wyatt Kreis? I want to welcome you all watching today across the country and around the world on the Pit Road TV pay-per-view. For those of you watching on the live look-in via social media as well. We'll be wrapping that up here in the next race or two. Thanks for tuning in, and you should make, if you ever can't make it to the races, which, here's the thing number 1, living it live, there's nothing like it. You got to be here. I was thinking that today, too. But if you can't make it, that Pit Road TV, Midwest Tour TV, all those fine pay-per-views put out by those folks, but they just look great, and they are top quality stuff. If you haven't gotten the subscription, you most certainly should. All right, Midwest Truck Series QA1 heat race number 2, getting ready to rumble. 11 trucks here for 8 laps. Crowded house. Aaron Moyer will be on the pole in 140. Out of Hartford, to his outside will be the 8 from La Crosse, Brett Kirchner. And looks like we may not, oh yeah, we do have everybody, just staggered about. Here's how they're supposed to line up. Whether they line up like this is ultimately up to them. Brad J.J. Mueller is supposed to start third in the 89 truck. Looks like Bradley might be headed to the pit area over there in turn number 2. He is. 31, Colin Reffner. 97, the multi-time Truck Series champion from Genoa City, Wisconsin, James Swan. The 2 from Sun Prairie is Rusty Hansen. 33, Kevin Canese out of Wanakee. 60 from Pewaukee, Grant Griesbach will warm him up. Crowd pleaser, Chester Ace out of Oregon in 93. Robbie Rux, the kid out of Deerfield in 5. And Nick Van out of Appleton out back in 24. We will put some heat in the Hoosiers. All right, so we'll get them organized here. Get ready to go. Again, no positioning or anything of that nature on the line in this race. Top 16 trucks locked in on time earlier today. We will lock in the rest of the field later on in a last chance race. Brad Mueller went to the pit area as we showed you and saw, and well, he's a scratch for this race. 10 trucks for 8 laps, 1 lap signal from Alex Gilhart in a starter's stand. Aaron Moyer is the guy that sets the pace in heat number 2 for the trucks. It's a good run down into the hole and turn at number 1. Swan trying to follow him through, and he noses into second as James Swan. Hanging up high is Kirchner in the 8. Swan, a lot of speed in the corner, up on the tailgate of Moyer. 33, Kevin Canese in the rocking chair in 4th. Chester Ace into 5th of the 93. Now Canese, door handle to door handle with Brett Kirchner for 3rd. See if Swan can get to Moyer. 2 pretty good trucks up front of the second truck heat race. Kirchner on the outside trying to nose ahead of Canese for 3rd. Thought about diving it in there maybe a little harder than he did. And I think remembered there's not a lot on the line in this race. 4 scored, 4 to go. Halfway home for Aaron Moyer. Gridlock for 3rd on back. Top 2 have separated themselves from the rest of the field. 3 to go. Still tight for third on back. That's the side-by-side battle you see out of turn 2. Canese nosing back ahead in the 33. 2 to go for your leader, Aaron Moyer, about a half a straightaway ahead of that. Canese might have the upper hand now on the bottom side for third. Trying to finally scratch past Kirchner, he does. And now Chester Ace wants fourth. 1 to go for Aaron Moyer. Ace by a hair into fourth. Here comes Griesbach in the 60. Did he get to the party too late? Leaders in 3 and 4 in their own zip code. It'll be Aaron Moyer ahead of James Swan. All for third, they scramble out of turn 4. Now, what happened there for sure, but the door got opened by Canese and Chester Ace, who got to fourth of the 93, almost stole third. Grant Griesbach comes home in fifth, by the way. Ace fourth, Canese third. Runner up to James Swan in the 97. And your winner of the second of 3 heat races for the Midwest Truck Series here this afternoon out of Hartford, Wisconsin. The Four Lakes Plumbing, Tommy Van Ness Realty, Wisco Installation, Able Plumbing, CC's Place, Budsum's Pub and Grill sponsored entry. How about a nice hand for Aaron Moyer? All right, one more Midwest Truck Series heat race. And again, later, you'll see the trucks not yet in the feature run a last chance event. Third heat, here's how they're supposed to line up as they make their way out. It'll be another 8-lap heat and 11 trucks scheduled. Derek Meyer, the youngster out of Michigan, Michigan, in the 10 truck will be on the bump. He is outside the 21. From Plover, it's Scott Shashelski. Road 2 to the inside, 1W, Eugene Gregorich III from Amherst Junction, USA. He is outside in the 7 from Arena, that is Tyler Noble. Third row, down low, 23, Clay Kurtz from Moni, Illinois.